Okay, Mr. Lanver, here's what I've done. I've created this program, and you can see that it's using these different status bits. And I know I've cut off a little of the screen, but I think you can get it here. If you go up here to this data table right here, click on it in your program, you'll see I have to come over here. I already had it set for status. I think it defaults to output. But if you come over here and go to these status bits, you'll see the S24. These things, it's basically just a counting timer. And if you look around bit 4, it's pretty much the one that's going off, on, off. Now 3, 2, 1, and all those are flashing a lot quicker. But just to give us kind of a pulsing light, this program looks kind of busy because I got so many flashing. But if you watch just bit 4 right here where I got my arrow, it's kind of flashing on, off, on, off, on, off. So that kind of creates kind of a heartbeat timer. And you notice I've got address S:4041424344. In fact, since this is so busy, I'm going to go back to program mode, and I'm just going to delete everything but that last one to make it a little less busy. So if you want to flash a light, you could include an instruction that's only true half the time in with all the other conditions. And whoops, didn't mean to do that, but we can fix that too. So let me get rid of this last rung here. Let me download it. Let me run it. This will be a little more where you can able to see, I think. And you can see this instruction's true about half the time. So that makes a light blink about half the time. So I could set other conditions in here, but just by having this bit in here, which again is right here, this S44 status bit, it's flashing about every other interval. If I use any others, it may be off longer than it's on, or it may be on longer than it's off. But S44 works out to be a perfectly kind of on-off, even interval flash. The other way I could do that is with a timer. I'm not limited to just the built-in timer inside of the PLC. I'll go back to program here, and I'll add in a self-running timer that starts itself. Actually, that should be a not, so let me change that. Let me add in a timer. We'll make this be, used to a mouse. Me and this touchpad don't get along too well sometimes, so bear with me. T40, I'll make it a preset of 20, so it's really counting the 2 seconds, and I'm going to make this T4:0/done. So right now it's not done. That's going to start the timer, but as soon as it gets done, it's going to go false, which means it's not done anymore, and it's going to be a repetitive timer. So I can flash a bit with that, and there's a couple ways I can do it. I like just doing the compare. I like doing a less than or a greater than. Either one of those will work. But I can come down here and say anytime this timer, which is T4:0.ACC, that's the accumulated value, T4.ACC. So basically what I'm saying is that accumulated value is less than 10, which half the time it will be less than 10. The other half the time it's going to be more than 10. Then I'm going to flash an output. So I'll come up here and choose a bit. And we'll do it, whoops, throw the output on the right, no, it didn't. There we go. So we'll do 1, 3, or 4 down so it doesn't get confusing. If I can make it draw over there, that is. There we go. Again, touchpad troubles. So let's download that. So before I run it, let's talk about it. This guy's built in. He's going to be on about half the time, and he's going to be off about half the time. So I can flash that bit half the time. Here I just created a timer that counts to 2 seconds, and I said anytime it's less than 1 second, turn this bit on. Anytime it's more than 1 second, i.e. counting up to 2, then this bit won't be on. So they're basically going to do the same thing, but by using the internal timer that's in there. Actually, there's something wrong with my program. Oh, I've got I've got a U in instead of a D in there. No wonder that didn't work. So let's make that a done. I'll do it every time I do something that didn't add up. So let's make that done instead of un, and that'll make a lot of difference. We should see a different result this time. And we do. We see they're flashing pretty much the same. Hey, I use the same address. Crud. I hate when I do stuff like this, especially when I'm trying to do a video. Let me go back and change this one back to 0, because obviously we don't need the same bit number there. So we should see 2 independently flashing lights, one driven by the built-in timer and one driven by the timer that I added. And you can kind of see they're flashing independently of one another. But it does kind of create a heartbeat effect, something that catches the eye rather than just a solid on bit, so to speak. So 2 ways to do it. I don't care which one. The built-in one's nice because we don't have to create 2 rungs to accomplish something. And it's just a lot smoother. But I've, in the past, before they had these built-in timers in, this is how I did a heartbeat light. So I hope that helps.